Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? How are you guys doing today? This is Gregory Walls with his inspirational morning walk. Happy Wednesday. They call it Hump Day. Happy Hump Day. How are you guys doing today? Good morning, Jillian. How are you doing today? I hope it's all well and good with you guys over there in the New York area. It's a great day here, nice and cool. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday. This is Gregory Wilds with his inspirational morning walk. Just getting my exercise on to start the day. And just gonna share some thoughts with you guys today, guys. But just a reminder, if you miss anything, just please go on to the YouTube channel and check out all the good stuff that we did over the last 5 or 6 months there. And please just subscribe. Please just subscribe as you get there. The people who hasn't subscribed yet, just please go on. I usually share the link on this every time I forward these videos throughout the day. Make it easy. Just click on that link and just hit the subscribe button. You are helping someone. You want to know something where you can make a difference today just by simply doing that. Simply doing that. If this video helped you, you share it, or just click on that subscribe button and subscribe. You will be helping someone greatly. You will be helping someone. Who knows? This may be the message they need to hear to light the fire under them. Good morning, cuz. Good morning, Tessa. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? So yes, you go on, share, or you go subscribe. You're going to be helping someone greatly, because maybe they don't have the direct contact with me and they need you or their connection to get this word, this message, or some things we already done before, and you might be the connection to them to find that and change their life around. Something they might hear that gonna spark like the fire under them and stir up the gifts that they already have within them. That's all this stuff does, is stir up your own gifts that you have in you, and you can continue to go on in the world and make a difference. So please share, please go on, subscribe, and get someone else connected and get them to start. That's how I get started. One little message was shared and it get me fired up and stir up the gifts I have in me, so I can go on and do what I'm doing here right now. So you're probably the connection to someone else. If this bless you, share it, go on, subscribe, so it can reach more people and we can do more great things, and we can change the world one person at a time, right? There are people that say, oh, it's not going to make a difference. Yes, it will make a difference. You may never even know the difference it making. Like the guy that little message I heard, I never got a chance to thank him. He's all across the different part of the world, but he probably don't even know he made a difference in my life and got me doing what I'm doing here today, stir up the gifts in me. So that's just a little encouragement. Share, you go on, subscribe, and help someone else. Use the connection to someone to stir up their gifts. You're probably that connection. They probably don't know me, you don't have no contact with me, not my friend, but if you share it, they can have that connection. All right, guys, so let's talk about today. Today, what I want to talk about is the essence of survival, or survival of the fittest. It's about survival, right? About survival, keeping what we got, waking up every day, every morning, be determined to keep what we have. So I'll start with this little proverb. It's just a little story. Not really a story, they call it an African proverb. And it's used a lot in terms when we're talking about these kind of stuff here, right? So here it said, every morning in Africa, a gazelle is a type of a deer, right? Every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion, or it will be killed, right? And said, every morning a lion wakes up. It knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle, or it will starve to death. So the moral of the story said, it doesn't matter whether you are a lion or a gazelle, when the sun comes up, you better be running. You better be running when the sun comes up. So I'll read this again quickly. It said, every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion, or it will be killed. Every morning a lion wakes up, it knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. It doesn't matter whether you are a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running, right? So what this is actually saying, translated, it's not really true. It's just something they're using to say, well, every morning you wake up, you gotta prepare to do what you got to do to keep what you got. Don't get complacent with what you have. Don't get comfortable in your position that you have, right? Don't get comfortable. There is a lion trying to come and get what you have, right? In that case, you're the gazelle. You are someone trying to hunt you, someone trying to get the position, someone trying to get the business, the people in business, that contract that you just got. There's someone else trying to get what you have. So you don't get comfortable with what you have, right? Don't get comfortable. You got to wake up every morning like either the lion or the gazelle and knowing when the sun come up, you better be running, right? You better be running to do what you got to do. And if you're trying to get something, you're trying to achieve something, you're putting all your effort and your energy into it, and then you achieve it, you get it, it's not time to relax and say, oh, I got it now. Whew, I can relax. No, you cannot relax. You still got to continue to be pushing and going because someone else trying to get what you got. So either side of the fence you are, Petal Daniels, how are you doing today? Either which side of the fence you are, either you with the lion or the gazelle, you got to get up every day, prepared to work hard and maintain and keep what you have, right? So as I always tell my son this too, he playing his little sports and he wanted trying to make the team, and now when you get on the team, it's like, oh, I'm here. No, it's not time to relax when you get on the team now. That's one time you got to work harder because there's some other little kid targeting you to come and take your spot, right? The weakest link. You see, the lion said he got to outrun the slowest gazelle so he can eat, right? So someone targeting you, who's the weakest link? I'm gonna take your spot. So we got to wake up every morning. Don't get comfortable in what we have. Prepare, wake up every morning to defend it, to keep it, right? Do the things you do. And a lot of times the things what you do to get to a position it's not the same things you do to keep it, right? So know that difference. The same things you do to get to that position is most times it's not the same things you need to do to keep it and defend it, right? And I want to say something quick to leaders, pastors, and all of that. Just be careful. Every day the enemy is setting traps for us, right? Every day the enemy is going to be setting traps for us. So we got to wake up every morning, prepare. All this for the Christians too. Prepare to defend your salvation. You wake up every morning, prepare to defend your salvation because like what 1 Peter 5:8 says, 1 Peter 5:8 says, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour, right? It said, be alert. This is 1 Peter 5:8. Peter was advising the young men and the leaders there, and he said, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. So every day the enemy is going to be setting traps for us. Every day he is going to be trying to set traps for us to fall into. And so he couldn't go and accuse us, right? Because in Revelation 12:10 describes him as the accuser of the brethren. All he's waiting to do is set his traps for us, and then he could go and accuse us to God. Look at Gregory there. Look, he's breaking your law. Right? That's what he does. So that's what he does, right? So be careful, and for leaders and pastors and teachers, people in certain positions, and for every day, but most times he target those leaders because the leaders are appointed by God, right? So what he do? 3 main traps that he set, guys, and don't fall into it. I didn't wake up this morning to talk about this, but when I get up, I was led to add this into what I wanted to say today, right? So it might be helping somebody, maybe somebody specific today. So it's saying the 3 main things that they can try to bring you down with is sex, money, and power. Sex, money, and power. Just be careful. You're a leader or a pastor or anything that you got to do any type of counseling with the opposite sex or counseling in general, but especially with the opposite sex. Do not do it alone. do not do any form of counseling with the opposite sex by yourself. Whether you're a woman, don't do counseling with a man by yourself. Whether you're a man, don't do any type of counseling, any type of disciplining with the opposite sex by yourself. Always have a witness there, right? Because that's one of the traps the enemy set to bring us down right there, right? Sometimes that person might accuse you of something that's not there, but it's your word against their word. And then, you know, once you plant a seed, that seed could take life of its own, right? And the next thing is money. Money, the love of it, the need for it, especially I see in churches, the biggest donors, right? Pastors drop the sense of discernment, or some leader or some organization, the biggest donors, and they drop the sense of discernment and they give the person more authority than they have. And it's a plant of the enemy to destroy you or destroy your church, destroy your organization, because we get caught up on the money and all with the donating, and we drop our sense of discernment and we come to our own destruction, right? By giving them too much of power and not be, you know, because you don't want to hurt them, you don't want to harm them, you don't want to tell them no, you want, because they're giving all this money, you tell yourself you can't exist without that money, right? So do not drop your sense of discernment because someone is donating big. Sometimes that's a plant, right? And that power, don't let the power get to your head. In the case of pastors and preachers and teachers, don't keep the focus on God. Keep it on God and never on yourself. Never on yourself. This is not about you getting praises. This is about keeping the focus on God, right? Turning people to God and showing them His word, right? This is not about us. It keep the focus on God, and don't get caught up with people trying to worship you, right? Because the Bible says, worship no man. As Paul was telling people, you follow me as I follow Christ. If I stop following Christ, you stop following me, because it's not about me, right? So keep the focus and don't get caught up with that power, and because that's a trap of the enemy, right? That's a trap of the enemy. He wakes up every morning, as in 1 Peter, he's saying, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. That's all he's doing, setting traps for us so he could bring us down, right? Because you're a leader. You're in charge of a lot of people depending on you. You can lead them in a good direction or a bad direction. So where he wants to go, he wants a bigger bang for his buck. If he can get you to lead you off course, you would lead all them people under you off course. So he don't have to go to each one of them individually and try to trick them. If he can bring you down, he could bring everybody down that you are leading, right? And the bigger the leadership position you are, the bigger your church guards, the more attacks. So you got to be a sober mind every day. Every day you wake up, right? You are the lion or the gazelle. You know you got to be focusing on the task at hand to survive that day, right, guys? So I'm not going to go on too long and leave that there. I think I get the point over, right? So let me read that thing again for the people that just joined, how I started out. It said, every morning in Africa, a gazelle wakes up. It knows it must run faster than the fastest lion or it will be killed. A gazelle is a type of a deer, right? And it said, every morning a lion wakes up. It knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle or it will starve to death. He said it doesn't matter whether you are a lion or a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running, right? You better be running, right? Whether you're the hunter or the hunted, you got to be ready to run to survive that day, guys. So don't get comfortable in what you're doing. Prepare every day you wake up to defend what you have. Don't get comfortable in your position. Don't get complacent. Somebody trying to come and take that. Don't get comfortable, right? Prepare to run when the sun comes up, guys. So I'll leave you guys there. I'll leave it there, guys. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll talk again on Friday, guys. And remember, go on the YouTube, subscribe there, and you can bless someone else to get more people involved so we can get the word out to more people, right, guys? So have a great day. Mr. Stephen Adams, thanks for checking in. Have a great day.